Hi everyone. Welcome back for another weekly episode of Stock Lighthouse Weekend Stock Talk. Alright, so in this week video, we're just going to quick recap and look at it what's going on with the trade war that actually started last week, right, between the US and China, and are there any more new opportunities going to come out this week? Alright, so if you are interested to find out more, alright, keep watching this video. Alright, so a quick one just before we dive into what's going to discuss this week. Alright, so if you are brand new to this channel, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, alright, please go to our YouTube channel, right, click on the subscribe button. Most importantly, click on the bell button beside it so that you will be notified of the upcoming video in the future. If this is your first time seeing this screen, pause the video, read through the disclaimer to understand where our standpoint is going to be for that before we will continue watching the rest of the video. Right? So once that's done, okay, so let's do a quick view what actually happening last week in the market. Alright, so the week, just last week itself, we understand, or rather we have been shared that actually Donald Trump actually tweeted again about actually starting all the whole US and China trade war all over again, right? And China has been actually added on to a tariff of about more than $200 billion of tariff, right? So after that, what's happened is China decided to try to negotiate, but nothing actually went through, and that's where actually China started to retaliate, okay, to actually hit back on the US itself by actually implementing, or rather want to impose another 60 billion, alright, on US goods starting on the 1st of June. Right, so that was one hit. But the market was quite okay after that. Mr. Donald Trump started to say that actually they will actually delay the tariff for the automobile industry up to 6 months, and then the market will start have a short rebound, right? Have a short rebound. So that's what actually pretty much happened last week. And there's a lot of uncertainty, where people are thinking that's like it's the full-fledged of trade war is going to start all over again, and now it's going to get a lot worse because negotiation has been spoken about it, but nothing has concretely been done, and it seems like both parties is not willing to actually take a step back and really look into this matter. Yet at the same time, Mr. Donald Trump just suddenly like to actually just announce things like delay on this tariff, not implementing tariff in certain countries. So there seems a bit of bullishness back and forth, but there's a lot of uncertainty as a whole because we don't really know exactly which direction this whole trade war is going to fall at the end of the day. Definitely there are companies who are affected, then there are actually some of the stocks that you can look at is that are there any opportunity. Alright, so before we actually get into looking at what's happening, just do a quick recap on some of the stocks actually we mentioned last week video. Alright, in the last week we did mention about 3 stocks itself. Alright, so except for I think out of the 3, Google, ANET and F5 network, okay, actually I did mention that one of the key ones that actually I entered in the demo account basically is Google itself. Right, we entered at a strike price. We actually did a bull spread, right, an option trade, bull spread between the strike price 1155 and 1150. Right, the price did went down after that because of the trade war to as low as close to about 1120. Alright, then it actually bounced back up, closing the day itself now actually above 1162 on Friday. Right, so as of now, I mean it's still a 1 month more, slightly more than 1 month trade, but as of now the price still hold, right? Although we have break this level, so hopefully, looking at the price itself, it will actually bounce off, continue to respect this support level and bounce back up again. And let's hope that by the end of the option trade, the price stay above 1155, then we actually just continue to pocket the whole premium. Right, as you can see, so the US market is now right at the all-time high. Right, it hit the resistance, it came back down. This was a period where Trump actually made the announcement of the tariff between US and China. Price came down a bit, but it didn't have a drastic drop as what we had seen previously in last September. Right, it just a minor drop, hit this level and bounce back up again. So for this coming week, we need to see whether does this sort of data still hold. Does the fear and market sentiment has changed to actually continue to be bullish, just thinking that this is just a short-term news, short-term fear, right? Or actually this is just a short cap rebound and then price going to hit down again, right? So this is something we need to watch out for. The key level is to look at this level, whether if the price came down, will it break this level? Because once it breaks this level, it's just showing that we are hitting a lower low. Price will tend to actually continue to go down, right? If not, this might be a bounce and price going to go up. All right, so just watch out and be careful of the market, because as of now, it's still pretty high in the market. All right, just very small price dip. So we're looking at probably some opportunity to look at. All right, so what are some of the stocks we are looking at? As I mentioned in the previous video, I'm still bearish about the China, because I think for the China stock it has came down a bit. So this is, I did mention about two ETF because of the trade war to look at it, right? So the first one is actually FXI, that actually runs an ETF based on companies, China companies that are listed in both China and Hong Kong Stock Exchange, right? So at an all-time high. So from last year, after the trade war announcement, they got started, it came down, went on a downtrend. It came to as low as about $38, right? Price bounced back up for the start of the year, hit back close up to about 46, now came back down about 41, right? Came back down to 41. So you have a huge drop here, roughly about close to about 30 to 40%, bounce back up, now back down here, roughly about 20% down from the peak itself, right? So I think this is a good opportunity to enter some position, right? But like I said, because of trade war, everything is ongoing. A lot of things is uncertain. So if you definitely just present an opportunity, but because of risk by itself, right, it's better actually to just go in for a very small position for now first, until we see some confirmation of the turning or the rebounds of the stocks itself. Probably want to add a bit more position in by then, right? If not, this could go further down, then this will be at the price of 30, it will be the next level to look at. So if price bounce back down to 30 and bounce back out a bit, this could be another area of value for you to enter more position. Alright, so besides FXI, I did also mention about the other ETF that is run on China A-list, which is the ASHR. So this is also another company that have went up, a strong recovery for the start of the year. Because of the trade war news, it came back down here, right? So I think this is also a good entry to add some into the portfolio, right? So for this week, these two are still what I look at, because price didn't really move much for the week. So this still currently within the watch list, right? Of course, although in the demo account I've already brought some shares into it. Basically, I just put 1%, right? 1% of, or no, rather 2% of the 10,000 that we have in the demo account, which I need to say I have bought a number of shares that are less than 2%, which is about $200. I brought some shares that is actually less than $200 for both ASHR and FXI, right, into the demo account, so we see how this thing will go and flow out on the long run. Okay, so how about the other company I'm looking out this week will be Facebook. Alright, Facebook did came down a bit because of the trade war news. Alright, so I think this could be an area of entry. There's a few reasons why. Firstly, based on the fundamental, we know that Facebook is a very strong company. We know that they have network effect, they have intangible assets in terms of the brand itself. So they have very strong moat, and they are one of the key dominant market player in terms of advertising revenue platform currently in the world. Right after the next competitor, which will be Google. Right, so Facebook is very strong in that, no doubt about it. But looking at the chart itself, okay, what I notice is, right, company is still a long trend. If you look at a mid to long term, you realize the company is all right on the long trend, which is riding on the blue line. Alright, so if you zoom in something slightly nearer term, right, you will notice that right at the peak here, there's a huge drop because of data leak scandal, and Facebook has been going downtrend because it's case after case of data leak and scandals, and how actually Facebook as a company going to handle this situation. So right at the end of the year, the price actually did a double bottom and bounced back up. So on the first earnings, right, the earnings price was earning result was pretty good. Price gap up and started moving a bit sideways and move up. And what I noticed for Facebook is previously it's on the uptrend. It has been riding and support on this trend line, right, pretty well. So once it's broken, remember once it's broken, this trend line has become a resistance. So once it bounced off this new support level, it came back, retested, alright, the support turn resistance twice. Alright, after that it breaks through, now came down, retested this support again. Right, has been actually doing a short bounce, right? So just let me zoom in a bit, right? As you can see how the price has moved because of the scandal, it came down, broke this trend, bouncing off this level, came back up, hit this resistance, hit the resistance. Now once it broke it up, came down, now retested, right? So there's a chance that this could actually continue, right? That's one big possible probability, right? Of course, if you want, you can actually add some shares into Facebook if you like, based on this technical chart. Okay, but do take note that as a price itself is still still within somewhere to the mid to higher range, right? So you might not want to add any position into your portfolio itself, or if you think that Facebook is a good company and you want to take a short advantage of it, one of the things definitely can use option. Alright, actually you can use do a bull spread, which is based on strike price 180, 175, right, to create a spread here to find a premium that is ideal. Or you can actually do either a short call or a long lead call, actually to buy and anticipating the longer higher move, right, within the short to mid term duration, right? So that could be it. Okay, right. So for this week, there's not too many stocks I'm looking at. A particular one that I pick up more ideally will be like Facebook, because the mode, everything is pretty much in line. Position, technical reason, still have a bit of potential there, so that could be one. But overall, I'm still quite cautious about the trade position as well. Ideally, overall that was because US market is still at all-time high. The trade war is in sight, and it seems like both parties is not willing to actually come up with pretty good terms or be more lenient with one another. Alright, so it seems like things might turn out a lot more south. So I do not want to add so much position. I just want to risk a bit. Yeah, if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, at least I don't lose too much of my total portfolio. Alright, so this could be one. So yep. So for this week, only looking at Facebook. Please do your own due diligence. If you think that this company makes sense to you, you might actually find your ways to actually how to enter this position and make some profit out of it. Alright, if not, just look out for next week or the weeks come and see how actually the whole US-China trade war is going to iron out, and then from there, then judge how actually the price market was going to move. Alright, okay. Alright, with that, that's all for this week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video next week. Alright, see ya.